What's going on, guys? It's KingTutsPro. Welcome back to another Final Cut Pro 10 tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you a really cool effects pack for Final Cut Pro 10 that you guys can use to really spice up your music videos. So this video is sponsored by CinePacks. However, I would only show you guys packs that I think are really worth the money and time. And this one is a really good one. I really think you guys will like this one. Let me show you what I am talking about. So once you guys go in the description and you download the pack, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be the paper transition effects pack. But I'm also going to talk about the CinePacks money effects one as well. So I'm going to open up the paper transition effect. And when you open up the paper transition folder, you're going to have a couple of other folders. You're going to have the overlay, you're going to have paper color LUTs, you're going to have textures, transition, sound effects, shapes, and so on. And if you open up the CinePacks money effects folder, you're going to have three folders along with the tutorial. You're going to have the LUTs, the overlay, and the transitions. And if you open up the transitions folder, this is where you will find all of the transitions for the actual effects pack. So the one on the left, let me show you the one on the left first. The one on the left is going to be the paper transition. So you're going to have like a notebook one here. If I push play, it's going to look like this, and it's really, really cool. You have this one here, which is like a wipe if you're trying to go for like a masking transition. And then the other one is going to be the CinePacks money transition. So this is going to be like a roll here, which looks pretty cool. You can maybe use that one for a title or something. You also have this one here. So they have like a $1 bill, and let's say you want to spend a little more, you can do some like some Benjamins if you wanted to, and that looks like this, which looks really cool. You also have this one, which is like a wipe. I'm going to go into Final Cut Pro 10, and I have a couple of videos here already lined up, ready to go. Assuming this is your video, I'm just using this as an example for this tutorial. Link is going to be in the description as always. So what you want to do is you want to go into the import here by going to Command I to open up the media import, then select your folders, then click import all. So the first effect that I want to go over is the paper effects. So that's going to be this one here, and the ones labeled notebook are the transitions. So we have notebook 1, which looks like this, which looks really, really cool. So all you got to do is just simply drag and drop it into the timeline, and if I push play, it's going to look like that, and you're done. You don't have to do anything else. It's that simple. So the next one's going to be the notebook 2, and this one would be great for like a title. So let's say we want to drag this into here in the very beginning, and we go into like text, push play. It's going to look like that. And then you would, of course, maybe like mask this out so it's also being cut off, and that will look really, really cool. So I'm going to delete that one though for now. So if I go into the project here and I go into notebook 3, so if I drag it down in the timeline, it's going to look like this. So if I push play, and it looks like that, which looks really cool. So you can also make this faster. Just press Command R, go to the end, and then just bring this down, and this will make it go faster. So if I go back to push play, it looks like that, which looks so freaking cool. I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to go to the next one. So we have this one here. This one would also look really great with like some text. Now, if you guys want to watch a music video text like title tutorial, link is going to be in the description. I made one, and it's really, really cool. You guys will like that one as well. Also inspired by Lone Wolf, but you guys can, of course, throw in your own little twist to it. You can also reverse this. So let's say you don't want it to end like that, or maybe you want to start it like that and then it jumps into the music video. You can do that. Let's say you want it to start with the opening first. All you're going to do is go into, make sure you have the clip selected, go into the timing options and go to reverse clip. So now if I push play, it's going to go like this. And then we have this one here, which looks like a rip. So if I drag it down in the timeline, it's going to look like this. It's a little bit slower, but we can make this faster, so we can trim this down. Let's go see what it looks like. See, that looks really, really cool. So I'm going to delete that one though. All right, so if you want to create like a masking transition, all you got to do is go into the masking ones, which look like this. It's going to be labeled wipe 1, and then the other one's going to be wipe. It's going to be called wipe 4. So just drag it into the timeline. And then once you drag it into the timeline, you want to either reverse the clip or not. I have to reverse the clip just because I want it to follow the camera's motion since it's coming from the right and to the left, as you can see. So what I want to do is I want to add the draw mask directly onto this bottom clip there, and then I would have another clip beneath it. So I'm going to go into the effects, I'm going to go to the draw mask, I'm going to drag the draw mask directly onto the bottom clip here. Then I'm going to make sure that the bottom clip is selected. Just make a selection like that. Okay, so now it looks like this, but we're going to go into the effects, and then we're going to go into reverse So it looks like that. I might have to add a couple of more points here. So maybe something like this. Sweet. So it's gonna look like this, okay? So now all I gotta do is, once this is out of the frame, I'm gonna go into control points. I'm gonna add a keyframe there in the beginning right here on the wipe. And I'm also gonna go into the transitions. I'm gonna go into the position and add one there. Now all I have to do is use the right arrow keys to move this in like that. So now if I go back and I push play, it's gonna look like that. So now if I go back to fit and I go back and I push play, it'll look like this. Of course, it's still being transitioned, except we have a little, like a tree or whatever that is in the way, but it's still working. As you can see, have the mask going on, and it looks really, really cool. Now that's how you would use that one, of course. And then we have other ones here. If I go and maybe if I do this one, we have like a heart. So all I'm gonna do is just drag and drop this maybe up around here. And if I go back and I push play, it just looks like that. So now if I go back and I push play, you have that going on. So that's pretty much the CinePacks transition for the paper effects. And we also have this one here going on, which looks pretty cool. But like I said, there's lots and lots of ways you guys can create music videos with this. I'm not going to go through every single one because that would be a very long video. But I hope you guys get the idea. And for this one, now the next one, of course, would be to, of course, add your sound effects. I currently have the audio not recording, so unfortunately I can't show you that, but it sounds really good. So now we're going to go into the money transitions really quickly just to show you how that would look. So we have this one here. So it's a single frame. It's a still. This one's an animated frame. So if I were to just drag that around, you're going to see what it looks like. Looks like that. Looks pretty cool. You can also make copies of this. So if you want it to last longer, you can. It'll look like this. And it looks like it's going on forever. You have the paper rip. Looks like that. And then it opens up into a new frame. And then you have this one here as well. You got this one. So if I drag this one over on top and I push play, it's going to look like this. And of course it's really slow, so I'm going to go Command R and I'm going to make this a lot faster. So if I go back and I push play, and maybe a little bit faster. Let's see what that looks like. Sweet, that looks pretty good. So the next one here would be like this one, which looks really cool. And then you have this one as well. It's like a wipe. You got this one here, which would, of course, you would use the masking transition that I just showed you with the draw mask. This one as well. You have this one here. This one you don't need a masking transition to use this one. So if we go back and push play, it'll look like that. Let's see, you don't want it to go that way. You can reverse the clip. So just go here, go to reverse clip, and now if I push play, it goes this way like that, which looks really cool. So there's also another one which is really cool, and that's going to be the animated frame 3 here, and you can have 2 separate videos played in between on the same frame. So I'm going to just drag it into the timeline. And now you have this going on. So if I push play, it looks like this. So all you would have to do is, well, for one, you would have to use the transform tool, and you would have to do the same thing for the top clip, just make it smaller so you can see another, you can fit another video pretty much. I'm going to do something like this, click done, and then I'm going to go into the effects. I'm going to go into draw mask, drag that directly onto this clip here on the left one, and I just want to mask out everything around here. Click the check mark. So now you have this other frame available. So now all I got to do is select the next clip. Now what I want to do next is go into the transform tool, click and drag the video, scale it up if you want, and then if you need to, you can of course always, mask it out if you have to. So it'll look like this. Of course, you're going to have to make adjustments to this because the dollar bills are moving. This is for the animated one. However, if you if you somehow want to just use the still, you won't have to worry about keyframing it, which is kind of neat. So if I can just push play, it'll look like this. It looks really, really cool. If you guys found this video to be helpful, please leave a like, guys. That would be awesome. Subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you guys don't miss out on a video like this. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.